describes these waves as gravitational waves. So here we are linking gravity to scalar energy, which, bear in mind, is linked to scalar waves that are time-reversed, phase-locked waves. As we said at the beginning, there are no more particles. Everything is waves. In case you are starting to feel that only sand and clouds and cosmic dust are involved in scalar wave patterns, look at this photo. This shows thermal waves within the surface of Saturn's moon Enceladus. These appear as stationary hot and cold bands, just like the dermal ridges of your fingerprint, or the bands of rippled sand, or the parallel bands of clouds. Here we see atoms grouping themselves together when they are freely floating in a laser beam. They naturally form a cubic crystal structure. This is how they must arrange themselves in order to achieve maximum phase-locked resonance connection with each other, or in other words, to achieve a condition of minimum energy. Crystals are simply a three-dimensional arrangement created as each atom wave becomes phase-locked with surrounding atoms. It is just a three-dimensional version of the two-dimensional sand ripples on the seashore. Hollow shapes are also the handicraft of scalar energy waves. The honeybee is obviously a scalar wave generator. Again, notice the hexagonal shape of honeycombs. And here we see resonance patterns like we saw with the sand on a vibrating plate and the vibrating water drop. But here the patterns are within the rod cells that form the retina of a frog's eye. The meanders of a river are not produced by chance. They also result from scalar wave energy. The water in the river is simply interacting with the scalar energy field around it, and its meandering is an energy transfer mechanism. We will discuss more about energy transfer mechanisms shortly, but as a side observation, let me mention that the meandering of a river displays a relationship to the mathematical number pi. Have you ever noticed how water droplets never take a straight path down a window pane? Even its so-called surface tension forces that shape the raindrop are scalar wave generated. Have you ever noticed how all natural paths tend to meander, like this cow path across this meadow pasture? The ocean tides are also resonance-locked scalar waves. They show us that there is a phase-locked scalar wave pattern existing between the Earth, the Moon, and the Sun. In the 6th century, Pythagoras was teaching his students that there were three kinds of music: the music produced by instruments, the music of the human body, and the music of the cosmos, and that the different types of music were interrelated, and that ailments caused by discord in the music of a person's body could be healed by music from an instrument, and that the earthly music made by instruments was only a faint echo of the music of the heavens. Until this point, we have been concerned principally with recognizing scalar energy wave resonances. In the next portion of this video, I would like to discuss energy transfers within the scalar energy field. As children, we all played, I'm sure, with spinning tops. If you did you know that you were playing with one of the greatest scalar energy transfer toys ever invented? The appeal of a spinning top is its otherworldly behavior. Try to knock it over and it straightens right back up. Try to stop it and it evades your grasp. But with the spinning top, we see the object that is spinning. In this picture, one of the most everyday occurrences, we have what we might describe as an invisible spinning top, a water vortex in the kitchen sink. In this we can see the energy transaction that is happening by the associated spinning water that surrounds the vortex. What we are witnessing is a scalar energy field gateway in operation. Like everything in nature, the infinite is simply a fractal of the infinitesimal. So here we have the small as in the kitchen sink drain hole, and here we have the large as in an entire galaxy. As I mentioned earlier, the energy that is stored in the scalar energy field is on an infinite scale. So the amount of energy that might be tapped from it is also mind-blowingly massive. This galaxy is an energy gateway that has opened in the scalar energy field of the universe. Can you imagine the energy that is being released through this galactic scale vortex? Scalar field energy gateways or vortices are exploited in nature by all manner of creatures and plants. By creating and managing vortices by its fins, a fish can tap into the scalar energy field of a flowing river in order to remain motionless and stationary against the flowing current. However, once threatened, it disturbs the energy tap, and in an instant it receives an energy blast that propels it out of danger. This same vortex-based energy tapping capability allows fish to ascend waterfalls that to non-scalar aware observers seems incomprehensible. Engineers studying the bumblebee conclude that it is impossible for it to fly. The ratios of wingspan to body weight simply won't allow it to get airborne. Similarly, they deduce that a dragonfly cannot hover. Here is a photograph of the region surrounding the wing of a hovering dragonfly. Notice